This is the Bitcoin Globe, day 1311, still counting the days down until the next Bitcoin halving. So I'm just having some observations that I wanted to share and I wanted to see your comments on because I haven't seen this before, but I haven't been in the US for the past 3 years basically. I just got back to the US about 2 months ago. So what I've been seeing is stores, corporations selling their gift cards at a discounted rate. For example, they're selling a gift card for $50, but it's worth $60. I saw a few different examples of this from a few different companies. I had never seen that before. Usually it's always equal value. You give them $50, they give you a $50 gift card, but it looks like that's changing. I don't know if they're experimenting with that. I'm not sure. I'm a little bit suspicious, to be honest with you, in a good way. I think it's going to be good for us as the consumer. Companies are wisening up. Maybe this particular one that I saw was just a 1 day promo where they were doing this, but maybe they sell a lot of them and then they take a lot of these gift cards and sell them on the black market for Bitcoin for even more of a discounted rate. I'm getting 60 to 70% off Panera Bread, which is a great deal. I love Panera Bread. It's wonderful. But that's one observation I made today. And I'm curious what you guys think about that. Have you seen these gift cards for particular stores being sold at a discounted rate? What's going on there? What's happening there? I'm really curious about that. Also, something I want to talk about is never rush to buy Bitcoin. Always take your time. If you're interested in Bitcoin, don't get into it too quickly. Don't rush into it. Take your time to study it for a while. What's a good analogy? You don't just jump on the internet and start searching. I guess you do. That's not a good analogy. I mean, you could jump into Bitcoin with a small amount and start playing with a small amount, but for one, that small amount could be a large amount later, and you'll be like, oh man, I was playing around with a few $1,000s there. So you want to be careful on that end, especially if you're thinking long term. We're counting the days down here. We got 1,311 days left till the next Bitcoin halving. Probably before then, it's safe to say Bitcoin will be on its way up to levels that we haven't seen and we haven't imagined yet, or have imagined. All these predictions from these really smart people will start to come true. Bitcoin is gaining momentum in different ways around the world. In some places, it's not catching on. There's no use for it. But there will be a use for it when the value starts to go up. That's the bottom line. When you start to see the price of Bitcoin go up, it's going to become more and more useful and more valuable. It's not going to be like it's just going to be the rocket ship is going to take off. There is a reason we have that analogy. We've seen it before on small levels. We're about to see the main rocket, the main course of Bitcoin, the main rocket of Bitcoin taking off before the next Bitcoin halving. And if you're tuning into this show, might as well subscribe, because one of these days it's going to be like me and like, yeah, I got $1 billion. Yeah. Probably won't, who knows what the reaction would be. It's hard to say. Get the law of attraction going. I already feel like a billionaire. I'm enjoying life, enjoying each day. I'm thankful for Bitcoin more than anything right now. I'm thankful for Bitcoin. It gives me hope into the future that we're going to have a more positive future and not have to rely on corporations, banks, etc., etc. The, the power coming back to the people is what I want to see. I want to see more powered people, more enlightened people, us as humans be more enlightened and using a more enlightened currency that doesn't have with it the negative karma that's built up into our currency over time. This debt-based currency has huge negative karma. Move away from that. It's going to start to change your life in little ways. You're going to start to notice changes. And if you're using Bitcoin already, you've probably already noticed these changes. It's like a psychological feeling. It's just different. It's different than using a debt based currency. And I implore you to look into Bitcoin at your leisure. Do not rush into it. Find the right wallet. Find the right way to keep it safe. I pray that my Bitcoin are safe. And it doesn't make sense for a hacker to hack the common person's Bitcoin. It makes sense for them to try to get Bitcoin from companies and corporations, kind of like a Robin Hood in a sense. If they're able to get corporations, Bitcoins from big corporations, more power to them. I don't know if it's right or wrong, or it's probably definitely not legal because anything against corporations is not legal. But yeah, it's interesting. I don't want to be hacked. Corporations are a little bit different, though. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm open to debate there. That's it for part 2 of day 1311 of the Bitcoin Globe. Make sure to share, like, subscribe, or send me some Bitcoin. I know before I said don't send me Bitcoin, but I don't mind. I appreciate the Bitcoin. But I'm not going to put my address. Doesn't make any sense. Why wouldn't I put up my address?